Yeah, I think this might be actually a good time to do this. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Now I know what you might be thinking. Did you just say AI? Yes, I did. And in this video I'm gonna show you our new Discord AI chatbot that you can add to your server, as well as show you how you can make one yourself. It's really simple, so let's get into it. Past couple of months I've become interested in AI stuff without sending my data to people like OpenAI, Claude or xAI, and even wanted to give my Discord server a little toy to play with. So let's talk about it. What is Luna AI? Luna AI is basically a chatbot that I made just to be messed with or used for questions like Linux, hardware related questions, or even a companion overall. I know if you hear the name Luna you're probably thinking of this, but she isn't her. She's a sweet little companion that my Discord server likes to make fun of. I know people aren't gonna like this, the fact that I just called my Discord members just to make fun of this stuff. Like, I mean, to be fair, like if they are spitting straight facts, that will be funny. But like for the video, it's probably not too funny. I don't think, at least. Okay, I'll take it. But anyways, so what hardware is mine running on? Mine is running on, believe it or not, a Medion PC with 8GB of DDR4 RAM, a GTX 1060 and a 250GB hard drive. It is running as a CPU horsepower, AI5 6500T, which you would see more in low profile, micro PCs, or even in small form factor builds. Or at least you would have all the way back in 2015. That's what I had sitting around. And yeah, I know it sucks, but it actually works quite well.
That was literally until I had to fix it today because the GPU drivers under Debian fucked up.
That was fun to diagnose. Anyways, she's all good now and ready to be used again. Why did the router go to... Okay, that's actually a good one though. So yeah, so she's now live. You guys can see this here. Well, Luna AI is a channel that we have right here. Feel free to join the Discord, the link is down in the video description if you guys want to chat on it. I would be more than happy to meet some of my subscribers on it. Definitely, Luna AI is definitely gonna stay for the time being. It will just be kind of a thing that I'm gonna see if I can maintain for such a long time, especially with like a simple Medion PC, but that should be doable actually. So the setup is really simple. First, you want to go to the Ollama website. So let me just quickly go to that website and I'll open that up in a second. On the Ollama page, we want to go to download. Then we want to click on Linux right here. And you want to copy this command and let it run. The important thing is that your Debian install or whatever OS you intend to use actually is set up with the GPU drivers installed, because otherwise this will not work. Inside of our terminal, the second Ollama is ready to install. You want to check that your drivers are in fact getting detected. I'll check this with NVIDIA SMI. And as you can see here, we have the GeForce GTX 1060 with 6GB of VRAM, currently not being used because nobody's currently using the bot. And that's totally fine. As you can see, we are running with 7 and a TDP of 120 watts, but that's totally fine, especially because it doesn't get used a whole lot. The first thing we want to do is we want to basically, after making sure of this, do Ollama and then pull. Now, before you type anything in here, there's a model list that we can actually view. Back on Ollama's side we are, and as you can see here, we have some models that you can download. So the GTX 1060 fits with 2 billion or 4 billion parameters. That should be totally doable. Now, of course, I'm not going to tell you which model I am using because that's a little bit of a secret. I just want to show you that you can basically get your model here. The second you found your model, in my case, let's use something like, I don't know, Qwen 3.5. We'll pull this down with the 4 billion parameter set. As you can see, that's 3.4 gigabytes, and we'll pull that down in our console. So let's go back over to the console, and basically all we have to do now is we have to type in the name, type Ollama, pull, enter, And what it's going to do is it will download the model. As you can see, it's going rather fast on my end because I recently got a new internet connection. So this stuff actually goes a lot faster now because my home lab is now linked up with a native 1 gigabit per second, which is actually really cool and works very well. I'm really surprised at how good this works. But you can see just how fast it downloads and then let this stuff run through. So if you see this output where it says writing manifest success, then you know you're good to go. Okay, so you can chat with this AI model already in your terminal. You want to type in Ollama run and then the model name, which in my case is this, and we'll run it just to test. So let's see what this model does. There we go. And we can type something like, hello, you're on YouTube. Is there anything you would like to say? Now the GPU is decoding this in real time. Now you can see this actually like properly analyzes things of what it has and stuff like that. You can see its think process go, and then it will give us a message in just a second. So let's see what it essentially does. There we go. So, as you can see, it finally, after thinking for a while, actually spat out our message. It read, hello there, it's nice to meet you on this platform. Even if I'm an AI assistant here in our chat, rather than hosting my own YouTube channel yet, it means so much more for me when users ask about things like, you're on YouTube. If I did have something specific to shout out while you're up there, it would be simple. Don't forget the power of curiosity. And that's actually a good quote. I'll keep that in mind. I saw some models like to do a bunch of thinking before replying. That's actually not a bad thing. But if you have like a low profile thing like Luna is, I'll show you her once again. So let me just pull her up. I'll show you her once again. Somebody has done some things with her. Luna, can you give me a example? Cause you're in my YouTube video of like something that you want my audience to know. Let's see what it comes up with. I forgot the W. It doesn't matter. It's gonna know anyways what I try to say. Okay, that's actually quite nice of her to say, but you can see that was much faster, and that's because this model doesn't really think of what it says. Now, I'm probably gonna mess around with her model prompt. I'll even show you how you can make a custom model like this, where you have, you know, her name and some things that she knows. It's essentially something that you can do. I would personally even go with Qwen, so let's make a tiny model that we can try with, you know, AI stuff. First of all, type /exit to leave the chat, then you can type in clear. After doing this, what you want to do is you want to cd into your root directory or anywhere else where you really want to go. It doesn't matter. You can do this basically from anywhere, but I would do this in the root directory. But definitely, so the thing you want to run now is you want to run a command, nano, and then you want to use your model file. So I'm going to call this model file. We'll quickly save it and exit. And I'm also going to cp Luna once again as model file. There we go. Well, ls. And as you can see, if I now type nano model file, this next part I had to censor because it still contained Luna's system prompt. So you want to type in nano and then the model file. You'll see that we have a system prompt, some parameters and other things. I'm quickly going to remove the system prompt, and then I'll show you in a second how you can make your own AI. Okay, so one system prompt clear later, you can see this is how your file is supposed to look. So after you basically make your file, it has to follow this. You don't have to put these hashtags before the text. That's just optional, so you know which one is what. So we have example model file. From, spelled like this, space, and then you have to specify your model file. I'll show you that in just a second. Set the system prompt, system, and then these two quotes. That's important. Then we have the parameters, which is parameter temperature 07. Temperature is basically how creative the model can be. You can limit it pretty much down to just basic stuff, this can sometimes help with a more, I would say, faster response time and even sometimes maybe a better output. It depends on who you ask and how you do it for yourself. It sometimes is a little different, but in my case it has seemed to work that way, so yeah. The parameter CTX is how much, I think, context it has before it forgets. So 4069, and that's basically the file here. So from, we'll quickly save, we'll type llama list. I had to censor this part as well because it contained the model file that Luna is using and I don't want to leak that, so I would rather not have that on video. I'm very sorry, but run ollama list and take a look at what pops up. Select the model that you have just downloaded. As you can see, we have some models. We'll go back into our file, and then here on the from section, we paste the model file. And then we can give it a little prompt like, I don't know, you're a cute cat girl, e-girl, I don't know why I'm doing this, on Discord, chatting with some of your friends and having a good time. Your personality is kind and respectful. You never say that you're an artificial intelligence. -F model file and press enter. Now you can see that it says using existing layer. That's because the model is basically now a copy that has been written with your custom system prompt. So if we now do ollama run, we'll run the model test video, we'll press enter, there it goes, and we're gonna say, hey, how are you doing today? Now some models can essentially sometimes be a little weird. If you ask it personal stuff, it doesn't like personal stuff. It's just sometimes that some models, even while they might think for a while before answering, they have filters in place. Now, of course, there are uncensored models of it, but I'm not going to cover those models. But there we go. So you can see replies as the style that we did before. Hey, how are you doing today? I feel super chill and just listening to nice music in the background. Love when we all hang out here and chat about whatever is on our minds. Yeah, but you can see, so that works, and it's really cool. So that's basically how that works. Let me quickly type exit, and I'm going to quickly remove this model because I want to not have this, because if my Discord server uses it, that would be a little bad. So I guess we'll see about that. So let me just quickly clear the chat. So there we go. I'm gonna RM the model file because I won't need it. And let's actually show you how to set it up on Discord now. So now you want to head to the link down in the video description to this GitHub repository. These guys are awesome. Huge shout out to them. And it works great. But yeah, so essentially now we have our integration. So what you want to do is you want to scroll down a bit until you find environment setup. You want to follow this stuff. It's rather easy to understand. If you're launching this on a local machine, click on local machine setup. Everything is pretty much specified. You don't need to do too much stuff. One thing that's important is that your Ollama server is running. I would recommend run this without Docker unless you want it in Docker. It depends on your personal liking. I went without the Docker. And so yeah, so that's basically really simple. And yeah, after that is set up, you create a Discord app. It's rather simple. Just click on here. You want to go to the Discord developer portal. Now, this can be that if I now open this up, it might kick me out. Let's hope that doesn't happen. It already did. But now that we are inside of the Discord developer portal, you want to go to your things here and you want to click on create app. You want to give it a name. In my case, I'm going to call this, I don't know, let's call this custom chat. And we'll allow this, yeah, create, sure. Okay. So once this is created, feel free to already give it an app icon and a description for your thing. Then you go to the bot, you want to reset the token. And this token is a one-time token, so you want to grab this token and put that into the .env file with the Discord bot token. You want to put that in there. And then essentially all that's left to do is you just want to install the program and then run it. So we'll talk about the run command in just a second. The command is npm, and yes, this requires Node, but if you follow the GitHub's repository guide, it will work. So you want to type npm run client. Press enter, and now as you can see, it will basically build, run, it will run the nodes, it will get everything ready, and now you can see it says it's successfully registered and stuff, or well, it should be online if you did everything correctly. In my case I did, so it's online. And essentially from there, as you can see, it registers on Discord and you can use the chat function and it will basically just work, which is really, really cool. And yes, it registers slash commands and stuff as well. And I guess at this, I'm gonna say thanks a ton for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me in the Discord or message Luna in the Discord. Just kidding, of course, message me rather than her. It's much better. And with that, I thank you guys a ton for watching. If you have something to say, leave it down in the comments. Join the Discord. The link is down below, as well as all of my other socials. Make sure you follow me on there. And I'll see you guys in another video. Bye!